Okay, what's going on?
My legs.
Can you help me, Tiffany? I'm gonna move, let's try and move this
Okay,
away.
so if you can walk her to treatment center, that would be great.
Following a major disaster, first responders who provide fire and medical services will not be able to meet the demand for these services. Factors such as number of victims, communication failures, and road blockages will prevent people from accessing emergency services they have come to expect at a moment's notice through 911. People will have to rely on each other for help in order to meet their immediate life-saving and life-sustaining needs. Petaluma, as a riverfront community situated along a major system of fault lines, is vulnerable to a wide variety of emergency or disaster scenarios, including earthquake, fire, and flooding, as we've seen in recent years. The question is not if the big one will come, but when. The CERT Community Emergency Response Team program was created in the mid-1980s as a blueprint for providing a community's citizens with the training to assist professional first responders, such as fire and police, in the event of a city emergency or disaster. In Petaluma, we have a team of dedicated, certified CERT instructors who volunteer their time to bring the 9-unit CERT training course to the community. During and immediately following a severe emergency, the first priorities of Petaluma's fire department are life safety and extinguishing major fires. They may be hampered by impassable roads, inadequate water supply, weather conditions, burning material, and inadequate resources.
There you go. There you go. She's gonna, okay. You're gonna come at it. Look there you go. Start moving in on it. Stay low, straight up and down. Back and forth. Perfect.
CERT team members play a very important role in fire safety by extinguishing small fires before they become major fires, preventing additional fires by removing fuel sources, shutting off utilities when necessary and safe to do so, assisting with evacuations where necessary. Each of us has some type of fire hazard in our home or workplace. Most of these hazards fall into 3 categories: electrical hazards, natural gas hazards, flammable or combustible liquids. Simple ways that common electrical hazards can be reduced or eliminated include: avoid the electrical octopus by eliminating tangles of electrical cords. Don't overload electrical outlets, and don't plug power strips into other power strips. Don't run electrical cords under carpets. Replace broken or frayed cords immediately. Maintain electrical appliances properly. Repair or replace malfunctioning appliances. To reduce natural gas hazards, install a natural gas detector near the furnace and hot water tank. Test the detector monthly to ensure that it works. Locate and label the gas shutoff valve. Know how to shut off the gas, and consider attaching the proper tool for shutting off the gas to the gas meter. In a disaster, if you smell gas, immediately leave the building. If there is a fire, turn off the gas from outside the building. After service is turned off, however, it can be restored only by a trained technician. To reduce hazards from flammable liquids, read labels to identify flammable products. Store them properly by using methods you can learn by signing up for a CERT training course. You should extinguish a flammable liquid using a portable fire extinguisher rated for that class of fire.
So I'm going to start my extinguishing agent from here. See that? See how far that goes? Okay. Stay low and keep working it, alright? And introduce it. This one's about toast, okay? So guess what? It's still going. What's my buddy doing? My buddy's got the other extinguisher. My buddy's got the other extinguisher, and they're jumping on. Might be two extinguishers fighting a fire that allow you to put out a fire beside. Test it, I can see how far that goes. Here, where's my backup? Come on in. Backup. Where's my other backup? We have the other backup. That's right. You got the ready though. There you go. Yeah.
Who's our other medical person?
She's down at
Both of
triage.
them?
No, we just had you.
Okay, then can you do an evaluation of her?
The need for disaster medical operations is based on two assumptions. The number of victims will exceed the local capacity for treatment. Survivors will assist others. They will do whatever they know how to do. They need to know life-saving or post-disaster survival techniques.
We elevated his feet. His eyes have flickered. He moved his lip once. So we have hope for this patient that when he's taken care of, everything's going to be okay. But we don't know what's happened inside, so just from the outside, that's what's going to happen. There's hope.
CERT personnel are trained to provide treatment for life-threatening conditions and for other less urgent conditions. The greatest good for the greatest number of victims by conducting simple triage and rapid treatment.
You'll hear that related to triage over and over and over, depending on the locale in which you're in. You'll hear it here. You'll hear it from anybody who talks about it in an emergency response situation, and perhaps you've even heard it on TV when you've watched the show that talks about disasters or trauma care or anything else. Doing the greatest good for the greatest number, because that's what you're charged with doing as people who are trying to help others with a limited number of resources to treat a number that exceeds those resources to handle.
In emergency medicine, the killers are airway obstruction, bleeding, and shock. In your CERT Disaster Medical Operations training, you will learn how to identify and treat some of these conditions during an emergency event. Discover how you can get involved and sign up for the next CERT training by using the contact information shown here on your screen.